So it's been a long time, but we're finally back doing my Roadster meet. So if you don't know and you're new to the channel, because I haven't filmed one of these for a pretty long time, effectively once a month I do a drive from Beaconsfield to Caffeine in the Machine, and I get a load of people turn up and we have a great time. Of course, we're in the Audi RS6. I'm going to talk more about the RS6 shortly, but what I want to talk to you about first of all you need to follow me on Roadster, the link in the description. But if you look down here, Roadster have got a pretty cool app. What they've started doing now is turning their app into what is effectively a real life Forza Horizon. Now you might think that's a bit of a joke, but it's actually really good if you're looking for drive. So if you come down here, you see you've got the Roadster app, so they've just integrated Apple CarPlay. We can go to explore. You can see all the things you can do. So if you want to go for a photo location, you can click the photo spots. It will show you all the nearby photo spots which you can direct to. But more importantly, right now we're going to my run. So we go to events. You can see Beaconsfield to Caffeine in the Machine. We can go drive now, and let's drive the event route because we're already here at the starting point. So now what will happen is the Roadster app will set me up and it will get ready to go and drive to Caffeine in the Machine. I think that's pretty cool. And also I've saved the route, so if you want to do it without coming to one of my meets, you can just download the app, do the route, all is good. Right, let's get on the motorway, let's get to CNN. So, here we are. Brad, long time, mate.
It has been a while.
Do you still make videos?
Well, I was struggling with your GoPros just a second ago. So no.
Oh, guys, well, this is Brad from the Supercar Lifestyle. We do it together, but also Cars with Brad, the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll leave it linked below. But more importantly, RS6, dude, what do we reckon?
Are these cars getting bigger? Every time I get in one of these, this feels...
Massive, mate. Massive.
Wow, and to think a car of this size, that's really torquey as well, low end torque there.
Yeah, well look, let's start on the side. So I think that's a really good point, because yes, one of the first things that I noticed when I got into this car, and I've driven it before, but you don't realise how big they are. I mean, I look over my shoulders here into the mirrors and you don't realise how close you are to the side of the road and the white line in the middle.
Got some serious hips going on there in the mirror.
Big haunches, mate, big haunches. But the question is, would you pay 112 grand for one of these?
Honestly?
Yeah.
No, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. I mean, it's expensive.
It is. It's very, very expensive. Let me pose another question for you. Would you spend 70 grand for an RS4, which is about 90% of the capability of this car? Gives you almost a lot of functionality just on a slightly smaller scale. Well,
it's very I've had the RS4. It's very reminiscent of the RS4. And yeah, I would. Yeah. I would rather be in the. Obviously, this is a great car, but we're talking money here now, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather spend 70 grand and put myself in an RS4.
And I agree with you. And I think I'm going to do another video on whether or not you should blow 100 odd grand on this car. But this is more of a bit of a first drive kind of review of the Audi RS6 with Brad. Let's quickly touch on interior as well. So this, unfortunately, this is one of these things that Audi, it frustrates me. This looks very cool, right?
Looks awesome.
But try changing everything whilst driving. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you want more of a button press, don't you? This is your fingers going all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. So like the haptic feedback stuff is good, the screen is good, it's a 10.1 inch infotainment system. But what about power? What do we get from this? So you touched on about it feeling quite torquey, right?
Really torquey.
Yeah, well let me quickly show you what torquey looks like, because this is 590 brake horsepower.
Jeez, man.
590 foot-pound of torque from a 4-litre V8.
That's insane.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I really need the toilet as well, so please try not to do that again.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, my bladder.
So 0 to 62 miles per hour, 3.5 seconds.
No way.
If you're brave enough, 190 mile an hour, obviously for an Autobahn.
Yeah.
This is where I think this car would shine on an Autobahn, because it's quite heavy, right? 2.1 tons, 2,100 kilograms. Great space in the rear, solid for passengers, perfect in a straight line as you're experiencing. Yes, it handles well, but you feel its weight a little bit when you really chuck it around a corner. The benefit though, obviously the weather's just got a bit pants now, is it's 4-wheel drive as well. So 4-wheel drive means that even though it's chucking it down with rain, and unfortunately the weather forecast was supposed to be sunny, I was quite excited. But now look, every time I do a flipping caffeine in the machine run, it chucks it down with rain. But 4-wheel drive, greasy roads, no problem. It's just a missile, mate. It's a ballistic missile. And
then all this interior as well. Is this virtual cockpit essentially the same as it's been for? Because I haven't had an Audi for a few years. It looks very similar. Has it changed much? Has it evolved?
It has. You're right. Good shout. So with this RS6, you get the introduction of the RS buttons, which effectively is kind of like a custom button that you can set to yourself. If I take it out of RS mode, it will go back to its kind of what we're used to seeing in traditional Audi form, which is your virtual cockpit. Get nice. The sound is decent as well.
Is that artificial?
Yeah,
it is artificial.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, well, yes and no. So you've got the RS Sports exhaust in the back, which when you put it into RS mode, the flaps open up. But a lot of the noise that we're hearing,
I can hear it. It's coming from the speakers in the front.
There is that enhanced kind of speaker. And I think that's something you're just going to have to live with, though, mate.
But in all the cars that have artificial, this sounds more artificial than most, I would say.
It is more noticeable. I think some of the newer cars, you question whether it's artificial or not, but this does sound artificial.
It's because the sound's coming from the front, though.
Yeah.
Why have they done that?
I don't know,
mate. I think because I have not been in a car for such a long time. I have been in cars, but not in a car like this for a while. I'm really noticing it as a passenger.
It's quick, isn't it? I mean, you can feel the weight you can feel the weight transfer. So we'll touch on the handling as well in a second now. And now there's a little chicane. We like to do a little testing on the chicane. Brad's done a number of these chicanes in cars, including Lamborghinis and all that. And I've almost put my foot through the floor there because I didn't think you were going to slow down.
The M4 comp, I almost killed us.
Yeah, you did. So let's see what it's like just from a handling perspective. So bear in mind that this has got 22-inch wheels as well. So active suspension, adaptive suspension. Jesus Christ, mate.
I can feel it sliding.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's insane, right? But you have to fight it. You have to fight it.
You were really wrestling.
Yeah, you have to fight that. It's I mean, this is the challenge. This is that challenge with when you buy this car, because straight line, amazing, right? Bullet. But you start to throw it a corner, and I feel, I'll probably get slated for this, I feel you find the limit much quicker in this car than potentially like an RS4.
It's because they've got so much car behind us as well, and the weight ratio is very, I think you can really feel it when you start taking those twisties back there. The back end wants to come out.
Yeah, it does.
Because I could feel it as a passenger. The car was starting to rotate a little bit.
I know, I'm not going to lie, I didn't say much to it because I was like, oh, are we going to understeer, oversteer?
I had one of those moments where I was so close to getting Stef.
Oh, well, we almost ended up in a field. But to be fair to the car, it does handle very well. For the size of the car, for the weight of the car, it does. And I think a lot of the reason why it handles reasonably well as well is because of that four-wheel drive. Not only does it push you out of the corners, but it also pulls you as well. So you get kind of that, you have that confidence-inspiring moment, right? To settle your nerves down a little bit, we'll take you out of RS mode and back into kind of the comfort setting.
Cheers, mate. Relax.
And now you can help it will help your bladder, but also, let me stick it into, in fact, let me put it into comfort, because then you'll get the adaptive suspension as well, so you'll feel it a lot nicer. The ride height, it's got air suspension as well.
Yeah.
So like it raises it more. How much? I mean, these aren't the most perfect roads, right? Comfort-wise.
Very comfortable. I love these seats as well.
They are, aren't they? They're good.
I did say to you off camera, these seats are comfy.
And obviously they're kind of the grey leather seats. And check the rear space. I know at the moment my dog bed is in there, but
loads of
decent leg room, headroom. If you're taking this on a road trip, this is a good road trip car, right? Because
it's perfect.
Load the boot up. Jobs are good, aren't they? Jobs are good.
Perfect.
So let's go back and summarise. Performance.
Awesome.
Handling.
If you're brave, it'll keep you on your toes, but it goes.
It definitely goes. Price.
Expensive.
Very expensive. And that for me is the sticking point. If this was placed at 70 grand, All over it, mate.
Sweet spot.
All over it. 112, because this is the carbon pack as well. And obviously with the carbon pack, you get #carbon, but you also get the 22-inch wheels. So all in all, I can't fault the car as a whole overall package. The places I can fault it is, I do feel its weight transfer, you can feel it when you're really pushing on the edge. Yeah. A point-to-point motorway car, cruiser, with extremely good power, performance, style and substance. It's up there with some of the best. And there is a reason why people say this is like the ultimate one-day car.
Yeah.
Right then, so here we are. We parked the car up at Cafe in the Machine, and I thought I'd give you a quick little overview of the exterior of the RS6, because it is a very, very good looking car. You can see it is in ultra blue. Ultra blue, actually one of my favorite colors for this car, and when it is clean, it does look incredible. Now, as we mentioned earlier on, this is the carbon pack, so you do get obviously lots of carbon fiber accents. You do get the 22-inch wheels as standard. They are 10.5J with some pretty huge tires. They're 35 profile tires, and the brakes are pretty massive as well. You can see how large this car is. It's a massive, massive thing, but it does look super, super good. If I come around here as well, you can see the additional aspects of the carbon package. You get the carbon fiber rear diffuser with its huge exhausts as well. Other bits of practicality are the boot. And look at the size of this boot. It is absolutely massive, huge. And even if you kind of go forward a little bit, you can see that there's so much space in here. I guess that's the benefit of having such a large car, is you get so much practicality. But in terms of the styling, I just love it. I think it looks so nice with the kind of black pack, the black surrounds around the windows. It's just a really, really good looking thing. So, I mean, here we are. All the guys have turned up for my Roadster Cafe in the Machine meet. There's a few more over there. It's been a really good turn. It's been a long time since I've done one of these meets, and actually I'm pretty glad I did. And it's lovely to bring the RS6 here. So a little first drive of the RS6. It's been a good few years since I've driven it. So in summary then, if you don't follow me on Roadster, make sure to do. Link is in the description. Make sure to check out their Apple CarPlay features, and of course the RS6 is a beast. There'll be another video, maybe another 2 videos coming on this car. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe for plenty more content, and I'll see you all on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.